first of all, I'd like to offer my gratitude to Professor Mori for giving us such a precious time for our presentation. And thanks to all chair members. Thank you very much. I'm Yumiko Hada. I represent RIJUE, Research Institute for Japan, the UK, and Europe, and which is providing backing for the UK and Japanese and European universities. When we established the RIJUE, there were some doubts about including both the UK and Europe in the title. As the UK was finally part of Europe. But now it seems the world is catching up with us, I guess. And for over, in the past, for about 30 years, I visited these universities and institutions and public organizations in the UK. So RIJUE would like to create overall networks among them for research and education. And our missions are as follows. First, enhancement of cooperation. And secondly, to build the substantial networks among universities and research institutes. And thirdly, to contribute on improving the quality of our universities. Like this. Originally, RIJUE is aiming to nurture the students who can build up the global standard in themselves. And for that purpose, we will do these 9 projects and global 9 projects like these, 1, 2, 3, 9 projects, and basic projects, language learning, language teaching and language learning, especially English. And also, that is one of the example. We will do matching between researchers and the young scholars. Like these examples, like for example, we have Professor Ikeno here, and at York University, Professor Ian Davis are doing the same field, like citizenship education. So we can choose, if they want to know the specific field they want to learn, we will find out the most suitable researchers in the UK universities and in the Japanese universities. We are doing such a kind of job too. But also, the most important mission is contributing to the pursuit of knowledge and truth across the boundaries of all universities. Because in Japan recently, university researchers try to focus on securing competitive funding from the government. They do not have any space to think about others. In such a competitive environment, it is difficult to nurture promising students and give them hope for the future. Now, I will tell you about the recent work of RIJUE. Last year, Japan Association of National Universities, it's the same system, same association as UK in the UK, Universities UK. Japan Association of National Universities Cities, JANU, asked RIJUE to invite the president of UUK, Professor Dame Julia. So RIJUE tried to ask her to visit Japan and make agreement with JANU. And we did like opening remarks. The president of Tohoku University, and I talked about RIJUE. And after that, after question and answers session, UUK and JANU made an agreement. also last year, RIJUE and Jan had a discussion with British ambassador. He is a British ambassador about the future relationship between UK and Japanese universities. We also exchanged the agreement between Kent University and Hiroshima University as well. And Dame Julia of UK made a speech both in Tokyo and in Hiroshima about the current situation of higher education in the UK. And now we did also supported the sixth MOU. The University of Sussex, Kent, thanks to Professor Mori, we did exchange MOU, and Kent, Oxford, and London Southbank University, and Harrow School. And this is public schools, but also we are thinking about the high schools in Japan too. So we visited Harrow School, and last Friday we did exchange MOU with the University of York. And RIJUE helps these 5 jobs internationally. And now, next June, 21st and 22nd, we will hold the research seminar like this, and also the memorial seminar for the 10th anniversary of RIJUE, and asked Dosho University to and also, as well as Hiroshima University, we will hold the international seminar, and at the time, opening remarks by President of Dosho University, and keynote lecturer is Ms. Fumiko Bando, Secretary General of Consumer Affairs, and also she is ex-Secretary General of Higher Education of MEXT, the Ministry of Education. And also the next person is Professor Reiko Yamada, Dean of the Faculty of Social Studies, and Professor Louise Morley, Director of RIJUE, will make a speech like this. And also, that was will be held in Kyoto, and also at Hiroshima University we will do the parallel session for students and early career researchers. Mainly, this is session 2 was done by Emily. Thanks to her, we can. He's a researcher of critical thinking, and he introduced how to write critically the report or thesis, and we will do the network event afterwards. We are planning like that. And thank you very much for, and I sincerely hope that today's exchange event will lead to the further development and the prosperity of both universities. Thank you very much. And also next to this, I'd like to talk about a little bit about the recent research of myself. Now you can see the distribution paper as well. The purpose of this presentation is to describe universities after unification. Unification is 1992, and also to define the current UK education governance structure. And thirdly, to assess the decision-making mechanism from the initial leadership actions of chancellors and other individuals in leading positions to the function of academic staff organizations and cooperation among academic staff in such organizations. This is a general trend I raised in my paper. And also this is analysis on the I was doing in my paper like this, but more important, and also I use the method and data is document analysis and in literature survey. Not only that, also I did interview in the UK, direct interviews of policymakers, researchers, and related institutions. And I used primarily these documents and as primary resources, and also research materials are as follows. Then I found historically higher education in the UK had formed a system called a binary system, but in 1992 the system was dissolved. The process was called unification of UK higher education, and also unification contributed to increase the number of universities and university students as a result. And full-time first degree students used to receive grants up until 1989, but university started to collect tuitions. As a result, the universities became more aware of the need for efficient management and focusing on collecting funds. For example, new universities attempted collaborations with other universities to obtain external funds in order to secure research budgets and to university expansion. I visited Oxford Brookes, and they introduced such university alliance. They mentioned University Alliance has 23 universities which focus on business, and that happens in many universities as well. And looking back, the overview of recent university reform and university governance reform. In March 1985, the Committee of Vice Chancellor and Principals, usually called CVCP, now currently organized UUK, Universities UK, published the Jalop report, Committees of Vice Chancellors and Principals report of the Steering Committee for Efficiency Studies in Universities, a Jalop report. And the report has a great significance on self-reform as proposed by chancellors and universities themselves. After the Jalop report, the discussion of management skyrocketed at and around the higher educational institutions in the UK. A series of managerial reforms was implemented at the traditional and old universities in the 1990s, following after the Jalop report. Jalop report stated strong internal governance delayed self-reform and was impeding the future plans and development of universities, the Jalop report stated. And also as well, the university put more weight on efficient management and external fundraising. In 2003, Richard Lambert published Lambert report. And Lambert report focused on 3 points. Look on the activities of universities in new business, partner collaboration for research and development, and secondly, to highlight the success of current university research department and business partnership as a role model, and thirdly, assist in modeling policy by giving a variety of views to encourage further debate and suggestions. Since the Lambert report, the government encouraged universities to adopt business practice of management in the university management for efficiency. Once again, there was a boom in argument on, in this case, the Lambert report circling inside and outside universities. one of the reasons that idea from the Lombard report was strongly recommended by the central government was that it was expected to benefit not only UK's economy but also universities by promoting university business collaboration as a part of effort to run university as business. And it was also reported that universities was put under increased pressure by the government to mimic business management styles, and it was clear that pressure was distinctly direction to the efficient management of Oxbridge. Because that only these two universities were allowed to establish their own university rules and regulations under Oxford and Cambridge Act 1923 with the approval of Privy Council. Since they were out of the framework of CVCP, these universities did not need to align with other universities' conditions and were entirely free to conduct their own governance. Thus, it is assumed that the government expected other universities could also follow the business model easily if the Oxbridge business model became common. The reform of Oxbridge was an essential priority for the government in order to enact their desired higher education policy. Now, after visited universities and read the papers and gathered all information and gathered data, now I will talk about 7 classification of UK universities. You can see the figure 4 in your papers. This is using data of HISA, HEFKI, Research Council's fund, and the homepages of every university, and gathered all the information, put into one place. And this survey was undertaken by myself, and the classification are stated like this, with the determined category nomenclature. I divided 7 classifications. Number 1 is University 1, housing a faculty of medicine. So medical faculty they have, the University 1 has. But university doesn't have faculty of medicine, but 3 from humanities, literature, social studies, natural science, and reserved faculty of medicine. And 3, the third university is research university, only called research university, housing a research quality 2.5 or more, and 30% or more of graduate students. And 4 is pro-research university A, RQ 2.0 and more, or 2.4 and less. And 5, pro-research university B, RQ 1.5 and more, or 1.9 and less. And pro-university offering bachelor's degree, and also educational university. And I can put all university names after the 1992 unification. And after that, after 7 classification, then following my 7 classifications, I categorized all universities I visited into four classifications as follows. Please see the paper, this paper, colored paper like this. I visited these universities, and thank you very much. All right, I will finish. And then the most important point I'd like to say like this. The governance system, we categorized of UK universities. One is college governance, and also key organ governance, and US-style governance, and board of governors governance. We divided the Oxford, York, Bristol, Sheffield, Bath, Manchester, De Montfort, and that means the name means college governance is okay maybe. So university categorized in 2 and 3 have senior management team, which is a team to support the vice chancellors and the pro-vice chancellors for university governance, and also mandatory have an academic board for teaching and learning governance. That's it named key organ governance. And also board of governance here is a characteristic of governance style of the new universities. And the management is quite similar to the board of governance in private universities in Japan. In this research, those 3 universities are targeted as a representative example of this category. As a result, and also this one, as a result, and this, the final point is like this. From a comparison of governance in different classification, it shows that external autonomy of universities and governance of academic staff tend to be weaker from 1 to 5. Weaker 1 to 5. On the contrary, authority of vice chancellors gets stronger from 1 to 5. It's just opposite way. For example, in Oxford University, any decision is made with consensus of all staff at any level, regardless university, headquarters, department, faculty, and no decision is made by voting. Naturally, they engage in a series of discussions to get consensus. Breakdown in negotiations never occurs as long as they share a common idea as to what is best for the university. Each university has committee like this. Maybe the last was, each university has committee which play central roles in education, and they assure appropriate educational structure works hand in hand with role committee, general academic staff, and supporting staff to teaching and learning. In universities in 1 to 3, support staff are highly committed to their work, and they also train within and outside the university. Universities in 4 tend to be in short supply of human resources and support for education. That's all. Thank you very much.
Very much.
Thank you very much.